I'm going to tell you guys a story. So, my husband and I were on a little vacation last month. And while we were gone, we were planning on only being gone for 5 days. And I ended up getting really sick. Like, I caught a virus, like a flu virus of some type, either on the airplane or somewhere during our travels, and I was terribly, terribly sick. Ended up catching a fever, and he was even sick for a couple of days, but it ended up going into my lungs. I ended up getting an upper respiratory infection and was just coughing continuously, like so bad to the point where I thought maybe I had whooping cough, because I was coughing 24/7 around the clock, like day and night. I could not sleep. It was exhausting. So we ended up having to cancel our flight twice because we thought I would be well enough to fly like the next day. The next day ended up not being good. So we canceled again and decided to just wait it out 2 more days. Give me 48 hours to try and recover to where I could fly again. And was able to do so finally. However, during that time, I was thinking about how terrible it would have been to be with someone who is not emotionally stable, like when I was with my ex-husband. And if you have seen my story or know my story, you know what I'm talking about, especially during traveling with someone like my abusive ex-husband, who was very emotionally unstable, could not handle high stress situations. Of course, was very emotionally stable when it was fitting, when it suited him and his needs and work and environments like that. However, when it came to me, it was just chaos. And I was thinking about how awful it would have been in a situation like that with someone like that, someone who is a narcissist, someone who is abusive. My husband is just so patient and loving and was so understanding the entire time of what I was going through and putting my health and my needs first and foremost. And this included him having to call in sick to work. And it wasn't a lie, because he was sick himself, but he was handling it much better than I was. So he called in sick for work to care for me and just totally sacrificed himself to ensure that I was getting the care that I needed in order for us to fly home, and even cared for me for 2 days while I was in bed when we got home. So I just want to share that with you guys, because I am so incredibly thankful, so incredibly blessed, and thank God every single day for getting me out of that awful abusive marriage that I was in, and blessing me with such a wonderful, faithful man as I have today. So I just want to share this and give you hope and let you know that God is with you. I think about all the ways that He protected me during my travels and trips with my ex when things went south. All the ways I was protected and cared for by our Heavenly Father. And He is doing the same for you, and He will continue to be faithful to you. Just keep leaning into Him if you are in an awful situation like that. And my hope and prayer for you is that you no longer will be someday, and hopefully sooner than later.